Hey friends, Pastor Ryan here, making this video to talk with you on behalf of the elders and the staff team about a giving moment in our church. If you've been around the seed for any amount of time, you know that we don't talk a whole lot about giving and money here. We don't have regular giving drives. We're not constantly hitting that drum, and that's on purpose. We do know that giving is a part of worshiping the Lord. It's built into our membership process, and it's something we talk about very briefly on Sundays, but it's not something I bring in front of you all the time. And we're just doing that now because of an exciting moment that we elders and staff see for the development and care of our church. And before I tell you about that moment, I think it's important to process. We met with our treasurer mid-year to see where finances are in our church, and our church is financially very healthy. The Lord has been so kind through the faithful giving of the saints. And this video is in no way sort of a DEFCON 3, we need to have a money conversation. The church financially is doing very well. And if you're a member and have specific questions about that, you can contact Isaac Olbrich, who's the church's treasurer, and he can tell you all about that. So if we're not in any sort of money troubles, and we're not in money troubles at all, then what's the point of this video? Maybe you're thinking, why have a giving moment video? So let me tell you why, so you can understand this. If you've been here lately, you know that our church has been growing quite a bit. We're seeing new faces every Sunday. In fact, just this morning we had staff team meeting, and Taylor, our Seedlings director, was looking at check-ins the last 2 Sundays. The Sunday before last, we had 98 check-ins. That means 98 kids in the kids ministry, 4th grade and younger, which doesn't even count any of our students in the Seed Youth ministry. And we had another over 90 check-ins yesterday. And so that ministry is growing. We've been talking about the chapel downstairs, which is one of the few unrenovated spaces in the basement. We've been discussing the need to renovate that space for Seedlings to use, as well as Seed Youth ministry. Also, another building thing is this year the elevator is now fully fixed and up to code, which has been great. We as elders and staff have had some conversations with people who have said, man, that elevator's been big because there was a family member or a friend or someone who wanted to visit the church, and having a working elevator was a big part of that. And that's a good thing because nobody in this church is getting younger. That's just kind of how life works, that no one backs up in age. And so it's great to have this elevator now. People could come in on the ground floor and make their way up to the auditorium without using stairs. Now, with that elevator, we initially were under the impression that we could slowly fix it over time because that's what we heard from the City of Wichita Elevator Department. But in between the time we were planning for the project and actually doing the project, the City of Wichita actually got rid of their elevator department, and they just outsourced that to only third-party companies. And so we got with a great company and worked with them, and I had basically asked them, what does it look like financially if we just pay you to do this whole elevator at once and bring it all the way up to code versus slowly paying you over time? And of course, if we do it slowly over time, they would have had to come out, take the elevator apart, fix one thing, and then put it all back together. And then do that over and over, which was going to be significantly more expensive than just taking it apart once, doing all the code work, bringing it all up to speed and putting it back together. So that's what we opted to do because it was a much wiser long-term financial decision. Essentially around this building, there's also a ton of deferred maintenance. There's windows that are getting close to failure. There are parts of the building that just from years of deferred maintenance need some care. They need to be looked at and brought up to a better level of care so we can steward this building well. And just so you know how we elders and staff are viewing this isn't just about putting the building together right now so that we can do services. This is also a bigger gospel issue for us, that we don't want to just use this building for only us and this time, because we see the kingdom of God spans way before us and goes way in front of us. And we want this building to have faithful preaching and faithful gospel living for decades to come. And so caring for this building is, we view a part of our mission as well here at the Seed Church so that we can pass on to future generations a church campus where the gospel can be faithfully proclaimed. And so with all this deferred maintenance to look at, with the elevator project that we did already finish, with this room and other areas that we want to renovate so we can use the building for ministry, the reality is that we're looking at our budget and saying, man, the money that we need to spend on just bringing up the campus, bringing that campus up to speed is just a growing line item. And a reality that we're still learning, not even being in the building 2 years yet, how to, at a budget process, get a number on that line item that really captures what we're going to do. Of course, every year there are things that break. And whether or not it was in the budget, it has to get fixed. If something's broken, it's broken. If the air conditioner's not going to work or the heater's not going to work because something's not working right, we're not going to the budget and saying, well, is there budget in this line item to fix this? We're saying, no, we need the air to work, so we're going to hire it and get this thing fixed. So the reason for this video, this giving moment, is that we want to invite the church. This would be members, regular attenders, visitors. I mean, anyone, if you're connected to the Seed Church, if you're watching this video, we're inviting you to give a one-time gift to basically help us really beef up this building line item so that we can take care of the building and address some of these various things that we're seeing versus basically just waiting until budget season and pushing it all off until a future year, recognizing that this fall, having the weather that we're going to have kind of cools down, having the opportunity of new folks in the church who are looking for ways to give and to serve, that it's a good time to be able to lean into that. And so here's what this giving moment looks like. We're asking any of you watching this video to prayerfully consider giving a one-time $100, $200, $300, $400, or $500 gift. Basically looking at your budget, looking at your financial world, in addition to what you're already faithfully giving just as part of your worship, as part of giving to the Lord and supporting your local church, whatever that amount is that you're already doing. In addition to that, giving a one-time gift of $100, $200, $300, $400 to $500 that we elders and staff are going to use to set aside for building needs, to minister to the growing number of people, to renovate spaces, to look to things, and some deferred maintenance things where it's like we're just, that anytime this thing is going to break or this window is going to fail, and that we want to be able to do some work on it to bring it up to speed. Not just to care for the building now, but as part of our gospel legacy to care for this building for even future generations. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. We've been preparing for this for several weeks now and getting some clarity on some various areas that we want to look at in the building and other areas that we've already got word that there are some good problems that we want to address. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, but we ask that you would pray and consider and that you would jump into this giving moment with us so that we can care for this campus and that we can do a great job of building ministry here to care for the people of the Seed Church. Friends, we love you. We're thankful for you. We're praying for you. Appreciate you taking the time, and we'll see you Sunday.